Welcome to 30 Degree Shift, a weekly exploration of absurdity, perception, and the quiet mechanics of being human. I'm William T. Torgerson, and today's essay is called Get Ready With Me for Lunch. We collect things as one life tumbles into the next. The physical stuff is obvious, revealed by the back pain from moving the 7th box of books, if nothing else. But that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about clothing. Until high school, I didn't care much about what I wore. Like most boys, my wardrobe included ill-fitting jeans, a belt, and baggy t-shirts. I looked like a skeleton in a windsail. My coral whites weren't much better. I don't know why I started to care, but there's a good chance it was the age-old pubescent reasons, women and peer pressure. Either way, I took the mid-2000s approach with a large button-down over jeans and a bucket of hair gel. I was no fashionista, but even now I don't think my clothing was cringy. That honor belongs to my hairdo. Over time, my fashion sense continued to evolve. For example, I learned that clothes look better when they fit, and that belts could be both fashion and utility. After college, I met Adam, whom I'm still close with. We had some adventures in business, but we also shared an evolution in fashion. We'd both become interested in color theory, fit, and style. I love some bold colors, and they were a great way to scare my insecurity to the surface. Screw black, give me a blue suit. White shirts? No way. I want yellow with polka dots. And why is no one wearing pocket squares and tie pins? We were both managers in Oklahoma City. You can guess the rumors going on about us. But who cared? This wasn't high school anymore. But there was some peer pressure that still got to me. When you express yourself, and that expression is loud, it rubs people in a weird way. Often it'll rouse them from their day. You'll see a quirk of an eyebrow and then a smile before they say, "Been a while since I've seen a bow tie." I didn't get much negative feedback. I'm sure people continued to make assumptions about my sexuality, but they'd do that anyway. It was family that got to me. It was never mean-spirited, but it was almost always, "Why? Look who's got all fancy," or some other call-out with a connotation of, "Wrong, try again." I want to be clear. This is what I heard, not what was said. I don't think anyone was trying to put me down or come across as "you're wrong," but that's what it felt like. Life continued, and my exploration landed on discovery. As COO of a small financial advisory firm, I'd found a uniform, striking the balance between mundane and flash. No suit, chinos and a jacket. Expression was through ties and pocket squares. Suit and shirt tailored, tan full brogues. I felt comfortable, somehow invisible to those from whom I feared judgment, and visible to those who I wished to see me. That was almost 10 years ago now. I've gone through a couple more lives since then. I have several uniforms I wear, much like the masks. I've narrowed my wardrobe to 3 options. Get ready with me for lunch with the neighbor. The first, the city socialite. My tan, full brogues, yellow socks, navy chinos, and a yellow button-down with a small red and gray dots. Fun and colorful. I love blue and yellow combinations. Despite being partially colorblind, I can see the conjunction, and it makes me smile. And these shoes are my pride and joy. They were a gift from about 10 years ago, and they look just as good today thanks to some diligent care. This version of me wants to be seen and respected. The clean, professional lines and bold colors speak to the confidence I hope to inspire in myself. This is clearly the wrong choice for lunch. I live in the country now. I'll be walking down a sandy driveway to get to the neighbor and probably sweat through the shirt before we walk through the door. Okay, back to the suitcase. Second, the country cowboy. 2 clean cowboy boots under deep blue denim held up by suspenders underneath a dark green fishing shirt. I like to think of this as my work uniform made social. The key difference, clean pants. The whole thing is more camouflage than comfort. I just don't care for jeans. They wear comfortably, but the pockets are never in the right spot. This version of me wants to go unseen, to become a gray man in the crowd. Not a bad choice, but it's Texas summer. Maybe jeans aren't the best idea. Third, the hiking hipster. Black hiking boots, thigh-level blue shorts, can you guess my favorite color? And a floral polo shirt that I found at a thrift shop years ago. I love this shirt. It's colorful enough to bring me some joy, but the colors are muted to make it easy to match. I also love these boots. I wear them nearly every day, preferring to work in them than steel-toed boots. What can I say? I like ankle support. This version of me is a mix. Comfortable, loose fabric, colors in moderation, and hiking boots that let everybody know I'm not taking myself too seriously. This is the one. It's strange to look at these 3 outfits, knowing that they're each part of me. I'd thought of them like Jim Carrey's The Mask, something that transformed me into a different version. But it may be more similar to Batman's suits. Down in his cave, Batman has a whole lineup of specialized outfits. One for space combat, one for underwater missions, probably one for bomb diffusion or specifically designed to keep him from laughing. He puts them on and takes them off, deploying them for the ideal situations. But it was his choice, and it was always him in the suit. I look at my office chair where my standard bat suit hangs. It's nothing impressive, certainly not for going out. Yellow Crocs, black gym shorts, and a white V-neck undershirt. I laughed at my metaphor as I pulled my pants up. Bruce Wayne was Batman's mask. I wonder if I have one, hiding in plain sight. For a moment, I consider if my V-neck is worn by Bruce Wayne or Batman. I shook my head. I'm neither. Tightening the laces of my boots felt almost clinical, like setting a splint. Maybe these outfits aren't masks or suits. Maybe they're crutches. Something to lean against when the noises are too loud and the lights are too bright. A brace to steady myself into authenticity or remind me who's inside the clothing. I stand up and regard my reflection. My eyes pass over the dull flowers on the shirt, the wrinkles on the shorts, the dirt crusted on the boots, then me underneath it all. I smile and walk out into the hot sunlight. Thanks for listening to 30 Degree Shift. Join me for weekly releases every Wednesday at 11:11 a.m. at 30degreeshift.com or subscribe on Substack or your favorite podcast app.